18 years ago, I played a hard-as-fuck game called Star Wars Bounty Hunter. The game was so difficult that I'm convinced that somewhere in a galaxy far, far away, completing this game in a speedrun is probably a test for force sensitivity, because you practically have to have Jedi reflexes to finish it.
Oh, not good.
While I am a big Star Wars fan, I've never been able to force-feed myself content just because it has the Star Wars name on it. And while I wanted to throw my PS2 down a reactor shaft several times, I was willing to endure Bounty Hunter's NES-era difficulty because the reward for my suffering was being able to inhabit the gritty and immersive experience it provided. But before we go further into that, I am going to ask you, if you are hyper jumping into the content I am providing, subscribe to me. Leverage the unrivaled power of that notification bell and leave your love in the comments.
What you have to say means much and more to me than you could possibly know.
Aside from a few snapshots throughout the films up to that point in time, we had never really been able to inhabit that true feeling of outlaws in space that Star Wars was constantly whispering and teasing us with. Instead, almost every experience beyond the films was about Jedi and squadron pilots. And while I love the Jedi and fighter pilots are cool, the coolest thing about Star Wars has always been its bounty hunters, smugglers, its alien kingpins, and aside from a brief outing as Dash Rendar in Shadows of the Empire and a pseudo-flirtation with Kyle Katarn that was more overshadowed and almost Mary sued by him being a Jedi, Star Wars had, up to this point in time, really let the underworld and Wild West and space opportunities slip through its fingers. Star Wars Bounty Hunter featured voice acting from Temeura Morrison as Jango Fett, Leanna Walsmann reprising her role as Zam Wessel in a much expanded role, and my main man Clancy Brown as rival Mandalorian Montross. With support characters like the female Toydarian Rosada, an information broker and an ally of Jango's, Bounty Hunter succeeded in finally serving Star Wars fans an experience of outlaws in space in a galactic criminal underworld. Sure, I'd rather be digested by the Sarlacc than subject myself to the torture of replaying Star Wars Bounty Hunter. The game still deserves my respect and admiration for keeping the flame alive for an aspect of Star Wars that we would not see until the underrated Solo film, and of course, the fateful arrival of the Mandalorian series on Disney+, that is, quite simply, Star Wars made with love and done absolutely right. The Mandalorian is exactly the Star Wars I have been waiting for ever since my little boy self stared dumbfounded at the screen after the amazing cliffhanger ending of The Empire Strikes Back. If you want to punish yourself for existing, there are few worse things you can do than force yourself to play Star Wars Bounty Hunter. If you've abused yourself by playing this game, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to hear my take on the Mandalorian series, let me know that too. After all, what you have to say means much and more to me than you can possibly know. If this video meant something to you, consider supporting me on Patreon so I can devote more time to creating the content you love. Follow me on Twitter and show me pictures of the wolf in your life. And don't forget to leave your love in the comments. And remember that I have other videos that may offer you something you didn't know you were searching for. Until next time, I'll catch you in the wilderness of the mental.